titles. Go.
It builds character.
Everyone's in a corner.
Earballs?
They call them pedophiles?
Small spurts.
Hughdini.
I like Sammiches.
The Quilting Guild.
Let's do this.
I'm hungry.
Warning. What you are about to hear contains explicit language, adult themes, and potentially disturbing content. The views and opinions expressed are those of the hosts and do not reflect the opinions of anyone else, anywhere, ever, in the history of the world. This podcast is intended for an immature audience and should not be listened to by anyone, anywhere, ever, in the history of the world. You know, fuck it. You've been warned.
Hello, and welcome to this week's edition of Geek Pod. I'm your host, Paul.
I'm Hugh.
Forbes.
Sup? I'm Jack.
Guys, what's got you geeked?
Well, I'm excited that I don't have to stay up till midnight tonight because Switch 2 pre-orders start tomorrow, and in most retailers, they start at 12 a.m. But GameStop is not opening their online pre-orders until stores would normally open, so they don't start until 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, maybe that might be risky. I don't know how many they have, but I mean, they're like the only game retailer, and they're only big franchise retailer, so I'm sure they're going to have lots of them. But I'm just in general excited for the pre-order. I don't think any of you guys are really big Switch people, but I'm looking forward to my $500 Mario Kart machine.
What's the difference between the Switch and the Switch 2, though? What is the big difference? I don't know.
It's more power. Yeah, the number 2 more powerful. Screen is bigger. Some of the Joy-Cons, they're a little different. The Joy-Cons can actually be used as mice, like if you flip them on their side. It's an incremental upgrade. It's not a huge upgrade, but it's also, I mean, the Switch has been huge for Nintendo. It's time for a refresh, so that it's going to be able to play games like it's getting Elden Ring and things like that. But really, honestly, I don't even know if I'll buy any other games for it other than Mario Kart. It may sound stupid, but I mean, Mario Kart is the kind of game you buy and you play it for 13 years. I mean, Mario Kart 8 came out 13 years ago, and we're still playing it like this weekend. Yeah, dude, it was a Wii game.
No,
I was thinking about it.
I
was
just wish
trying to
Mario
remember which
Kart.
one I had for the Switch.
Yeah, you had Mario Kart 8.
Okay.
Which was originally a Wii game. It came out on the Wii. They just, released a
Polished
version
it
for
up,
the Switch.
yeah.
It's a fantastic game, and this one looks to be bigger and better in every single way. So, for that, if it was just for me, I wouldn't be spending that kind of money. But for the family to do something together, it's worth it. We will definitely get our money out.
I just wish they would come out with a feature because I know they had it for Melee for Smash Brothers. For Mario Kart, I wish you could create your own track or something like that. I wish you could do something like that. That would be a really cool feature. Like I know you could in Melee back in the day, but wishful thinking. That would actually get me to buy a Switch. I'm not gonna lie, if I could do that. But what has me geeked? Pretty simple. My buddy and we went to dinner the other night. I was like, I want something I've never had before. Have you guys ever heard of Over the Cuse Deli and Grill?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I drive by it.
Okay.
I've never been there.
First time. Last night I went and East Fayette Street. I was like, this is interesting. It's a casual little American food restaurant. They have smash burgers, breakfast sandwiches, chicken and rice samples. But I got a buffalo chicken sandwich with French fries, $12.99, which I thought that was pretty good. And the owner was really nice. He's like, why don't you become a VIP for us? I'm like, oh, okay. I looked it up. If you become a VIP for their restaurant, you get like 10% off all their food. You get deals on new meals as well. But like I said, what has me geeked? Pretty simple. A pretty good sandwich place, pretty good food as well. So yeah, I'm probably gonna go back again this weekend. I really enjoyed it. So Hugh, you said you've heard of it. Have you eaten there before?
No, I haven't eaten there. I've just heard of the place, and I've driven by it.
Yeah. Well, like I said, like the owner was like it was a really long line when we went, my friend and I, and line moved right along, and I was definitely surprised. I was like, this is actually really, really good food.
I've heard good stuff about it on the food Syracuse food Facebook pages.
Yeah, I got like a 4.8 or 4.9 out of 5 on Yelp. So I was like, this is interesting. So yeah, short and sweet. What has me geeked? A good sandwich for dinner last night.
Sammiches. I like Sammiches. What's got me geeked? You guys all know what's kind of got me geeked. So last Friday, I'd been talking to a guy through a used car dealership, um, pretty much for about a week or so. So Friday, I went and test drove a 2024 Jeep Compass, and as of this, well, Friday, which would be what, the 25th, I will have a brand new Jeep, or not brand new, 2024 Jeep Compass. So I bought a car this past week. So on Friday I go and pay for it and pick it up. So
That's awesome.
yep. So kind of needed one. Bryce is getting ready for college and whatnot, so he will need a car because I am not driving his ass back and forth to school every day, and I'm not going to have him take the bus because, well, I've ridden the bus before, and
Builds character.
that it does.
But Corbs, I like how you said we all know what's going on, but for our podcast listeners, you're like, I'm talking to a guy. I'm like, Corbs, we like to call those pedophiles.
that's-
Guys that
that's-
talk to other guys?
No, but yeah, it's like I'm talking to a guy. I'm like, oh, okay, man.
So yeah, and I mean I've been in contact with the gentleman that the car salesman that I've been speaking with, so he knows that I'm coming in on Friday, to put the down payment that we agreed upon on down. Got the car payment that I wanted and all that stuff. So I'm looking forward to picking up my new car.
Can we go back to how Jack thinks all gay
No.
men are pedophiles?
I mean,
Well, look at him.
Who, me?
yeah, the pedophile in the corner.
The pedophile.
You're actually in my corner, so I'm kind of confused now.
Everybody's
all
in
in
the
a
corner.
corner.
There's four of us.
Exactly.
Don't put Jack in a corner, okay?
Oh, that's nobody puts baby in a corner.
Right? See?
Oh, Swayze.
Wait,
there you go.
definitely they don't put babies in a corner with Jack.
Okay, one time, Hugh. One time, man.
All right. Well, I guess it's my turn. Well, one, I'm still pretty geeked about our little Wrestlemania party we had on Saturday. That was a good time. But more so is the news we received today. Found out that my kid is the student of the month at Liverpool High School. Don't know how Madison got that, but she is a student of the month. Off of her academics, and you guys will see that right there. There you go. So yeah, she's pretty psyched.
I don't mean to burst your bubble.
You
Don't
saw
mean
it.
to burst your bubble.
You saw it. Shut up. Theater
No,
of the
I didn't
mind.
see it. I didn't see it. And that's fantastic. It's fantastic. Don't get me wrong. But they kind of give it to every kid.
In high school?
Yeah.
I just want my fucking look at Hugh's like, no, they don't.
There's like
Well,
8
there's a lot of-
months of school.
Yeah,
They
there's
can
10
only
months of
do that,
school.
or 10 months of school, so they can only give it to 10 students.
They usually do 2 at West Jenny a month, but hey, Paul, that's good news, man.
I don't know. I
I
just
mean-
want my stupid bumper sticker.
You get a fucking bumper sticker.
No, actually we don't. But she got cool shit. She got like a battery charger thing and a freaking Dunkin' Donuts cup, and yeah. I think the cup was just something that her teacher was like, here, hold this for a second. But
Here's my coffee cup. Hold it.
I remember I got student of the month. They're like, oh, you're student of the month. I'm like, what do I get? They're like,
you
nothing.
got beat up.
Yeah, you get nothing. Yeah, you're the weird kid. You're like, but now it's like glorified. You get all this cool stuff. It was different
Did
back
you say
then.
horrified? Because yes, I was.
That's because everybody has to participate, Jack. Everybody gets participation trophies now.
We
Shut
didn't
your
have
fucking mouth, Paul. I will
students
come over
of
to your
the
house
month.
and bitch slap you.
I got the
I will
senior
treat you the way
superlative
Sega
back.
treated Cody Rhodes.
All right, but good job for Madison. Back to you, Paul. On that, off the bat.
But yeah, no, let's keep it moving.
Yeah.
Guys, what are you playing?
You saw what dropped yesterday, didn't you?
No.
Well,
Mm-mm.
it's official. I'm not ever going to end up finishing Assassin's Creed Shadows, and I'm playing Bloodborne in small spurts now because I don't want it to end. And Bethesda goes and Shadow drops Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remaster. And let me tell you what, when that shit went live, I was updating the PlayStation Store because they did the announcement video, and then they said, "Oh, by the way, it's dropping today." I immediately, the second it was available, got it downloaded. Here's the thing. Skyrim gets all this love because it's such a fantastic generational game that people still play today. And all of that is true. But that was a lot of people's introduction to the Elder Scrolls. It's the only one they ever played. My first game was the one before it, Oblivion. And one of the things that always bothers me about Skyrim, and one of the facts that after beating it once, I probably started it 20 times and only play a few hours through, is it's so fucking dreary. It's dark and snowy and dirty, which is an accurate representation of the kind of territory, a northern territory they're looking for, but it's not very fun. There's no variety. Now, Oblivion, on the other hand, does have some snowy peaks. You get a little bit of that, but it goes all the way through all the biomes to stuff that's almost tropical. I mean, it's a massive landscape, and there's a lot of different types of scenery, so it's varied and always held my interest more. And let me tell you, this remaster is beautiful. In fact, I'm hoping we don't go too long, so I have a little time to play some more tonight before I have to go to bed. Uh, it has all the original jank with a new coat of polish. They said basically the original game is still running everything, and on top of that is the Unreal 5 engine, which makes it all look pretty. And it's not anything that's game breaking. Like you go through a door, and as it loads, things are a little weird when it first loads in, but then it clears up immediately, and you're fine. But they kept most of the original voices. That's the game. Patrick Stewart opens the game. He plays a character, and that was a big deal at the time. And it's Skyrim in a much more enjoyable, fun setting. Um, I'm thrilled that they did this. It was long overdue, and I will probably be playing this for years.
Yeah, I know my brother raves about Skyrim. He plays it. He'll play it, take it off his Xbox, put it back on his Xbox, play it again. I think like you're saying, it's people will go back and forth between it. They'll play it, beat it, take it off there, go back to it, play it for a while, take it off. So
The great thing about those games and the Fallout games to a degree as well is that you can just drop in and wander around, whether it's just for a few hours or, a couple times over the course of a few weeks before you leave it alone again for a little while, and just play and enjoy and live in that world.
right,
Skyrim does get the lived in part of the world a little bit better because it was a newer game, so they had some newer features and things like that. But it's the same in both cases. It's a familiar place that you can just go and kind of hang out and kill some shit if you want to.
right.
Was that the game that you had me get when I got my PlayStation 4?
No, that was the Elder Scrolls Online.
Okay. Different game,
The
same
one,
universe.
yeah, same
Okay.
universe. And I think that Tamriel is one of the zones, just like Skyrim's one of the zones in that game.
Gotcha.
But no, this predated that by quite a bit.
Okay.
This was originally an Xbox 360 game, and it was the first one I saw. Here, let me tell a story. All right. Uh, so I'm living in North Syracuse after my well, we weren't divorced yet, but let's say after my divorce from my first wife. And I met this cool guy who had an apartment there, and he loved video games, and he had a basement that was all decked out, and he always had lots of booze. So he would throw lots of parties there, but we'd also go down there and play video games and stuff. And a lot of times I would see him playing Oblivion, and he's like, "This is the coolest fucking game I've ever played." Like the guy was just over the moon about it. And it's not a multiplayer game, so I'm just like, hey, there's a fucking medieval dude walking around castles and shit, whatever. When I finally got my own Xbox 360, I remembered what he said about it, and I got it. And this was actually my first Bethesda game, so this was before Fallout 3, and you know how much I love that. So this is what kind of hooked me into this company, and I was right there with him. It was just an amazing experience.
Very cool.
Very cool, yeah.
I like it.
Outstanding.
Back in 2018, a game called A Way Out came. It's called A Way Out. I've been playing this a little bit with my buddy. It's a co-op game, It's about two prisoners that try to escape from prison. And it's like a storybook game. Whatever you decide to do, it'll affect the next thing. So this game has multiple different endings, I hear. It's got multiple hours of gameplay. So I'm only a couple hours into it. But my buddy and I are playing. It's like a co-op game. And whatever he does, I have to try to do the same thing so we don't get caught. So like we're trying to get out of the jail right now still. We're not even close to getting out. So like we keep getting caught because like we're trying, yeah, it's like, dude, let's go this way. He's like, and then he runs the other way and then we get caught. But if you do something different, then it'll change the whole thing again. So many people have played this game and people have beaten it before. But like I said, there's multiple different endings that you can have. And when it was on sale from Steam a couple weeks ago for their, I think it was their spring sale, it was like $30, but I got it for $5, which was pretty awesome. So I was very excited to get that. So A Way Out. I think it's from EA Games, which is pretty cool.
Nice.
Nice.
Short and sweet.
Corbs, you playing anything?
Just baseball.
Fantastic.
No, nothing new there. I mean,
Right. I'm still playing 2K25. I'm shaping up my universe mode now. I actually wow, nice Houdini trick you did there.
Hughdini. I like that.
Um, I gotta put that one in. And now I've told Hugh Saturday night that I purchased and have installed Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Um, I'm almost to the point where I might be able to play it. I sat down that night, I installed it, literally got ready to hit start on it, and was texted and asked to go on a grocery run. So I was just like, and got up and left. So it was right there. I saw the fedora, if that counts for anything. But I'm hoping maybe again if we blaze through the show tonight, I might get a chance to actually, press start on it. So
nice.
Then let's keep the ball rolling.
let's keep those balls
All right.
rolling.
See, now you say that, so now I'm gonna have to say that I got a joke.
Already?
Yeah, I got a few of them this week. So,
Oh God.
what meat is the cheapest? Anybody?
What did
No.
you say? Say it again. What medium is?
What meat is the cheapest?
I don't know.
Deer balls.
Deer balls?
Under $1.
Very good, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You've got to get the sound effect for that.
I do.
He
You
does
guys
have it
clearly
now.
don't watch the show.
No, I don't. Why would I watch the show? I'm here.
But you just miss things. Like the picture of
Things-
medicine you just saw.
Things that
Keep
may happen
playing
on
it somewhere.
the things that may have happened on the last show.
Now you have to remember to put it in twice. What, Jack?
Things may have happened on the last show.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully, otherwise people would be pretty fucking bored. But anyway,
I mean, they probably are anyway.
right about now, yes, with all the semantics being thrown. Let's throw it to break, and we'll come back with the news. Stick with us, guys.
Talking to the stranger with the skeleton flute was his first mistake. Playing it was his second. Be careful what you wish for never meant anything to 12-year-old Sam until the night he blows into the skeleton flute and wishes for his parents to stay together. The stranger promised Sam his greatest desire, but the morning after the low, warbling note came out of the glowing flute, Sam's life has been turned upside down. His brother and sister don't exist, and his best friend doesn't know him. His parents are together and happy, but is it worth sacrificing everyone else he loves? Caught in a web of unintended consequences, Sam must try to get his old life back, despite the challenges that wait for him if he succeeds. And that means uncovering the mystery behind the strange man's identity and the skeleton flute. The Skeleton Flute hits shelves on August 27th. You can pre-order your copy now on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, your local indie, and most major book retailers.
Now, before you wax nostalgic about the days like 2 months ago when the worst thing Kanye tweeted about was being a Nazi, here's the news. First up, the Cathedral of Cinema. While lots of film directors talk at length about how the theater is the only way to experience movies, one famous director has publicly come out and said he is over it. Body horror master and guy you definitely do not want to be next to in a theater, David Cronenberg, has said he doesn't feel the cinema experience is all that great. From muddy projection to having to actually be with people, he prefers home viewing now that technology has arguably made it the better experience. He was on stage with Spike Lee in Venice recently and it said, "Spike, I'm watching Lawrence of Arabia on my watch, and there are 1,000 camels there. I can see every one of them. I was joking, but what I meant was I don't find the cinema experience all that great. Maybe it's because I'm older and I don't feel that communal thing." While it concerns me that I have anything in common with David Cronenberg at all I can say is same. I haven't been to a theater since before COVID, and I'm not sure there's anything that could make me return. Once being antisocial became my superpower during the pandemic, I am not giving it back. Please stay at least a Zoom call away from me. Next up, the peach tree dish that keeps on giving, part 42. Pope Francis died earlier this week. While the Catholic Church mourns the loss of its leader and looks to the future, one of our most respected politicians had something to say. Marjorie Taylor Greene, who plays Leatherface's mask in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies, tweeted, "Evil is being defeated" upon the news of his death. She must mean the evil of telling people to be nicer and more compassionate to each other. The evil of saying mass deportations do not represent the kind of love preached in the Bible. For real, how bad must it suck for God's emissary on earth to tell you you were doing it wrong? When I side with the Catholic Church on anything, you know you have fucked up. When we can look at you and say, the kitty diddlers have a point, it's time to reevaluate your life choices. And finally, was anyone asking for this? It has been announced that Michael Bay, known for big explosions, and Sidney Sweeney, known for big boobs, are attached to a new Universal movie based on the classic Sega video game Outrun. Outrun is a car racing game, not one with a story or characters, just racing cars. Or at least that's what I remember about it. So I'm guessing this is going to be fast car explosion, cleavage, repeat for 2 hours. With all the fantastic games we have out there for adaptation, we are getting Outrun. It's been reported that plot details are vague because no shit. And am I guessing the stills from the movie featuring Sweeney will be big on watch it for the plot subreddit? Yes, I am. I can hear the trailer now. You ready for this, guys? In a world of big boobs and fast cars, one boob fast car is better than anyone. Then, from the ashes of boob, a new car boob that fast faster boob appears in a car. Will the boob and faster boob fast car explosion together? Only boob will tell. And that's the news, kids. Now, I want to relate something interesting that happened the other day. I was headed to the store and my elderly neighbor had her inside door open, like she had the screen door and I could see her inside house door was open. So you know her. She's Diane from Diane's Vegetti fame. You guys know her. I just wanted to see if she needed anything from the store. And, I know she makes quilts and gets together with her friends that quilt, but she casually mentions that over the weekend she got together with her quilting guild. Immediately, my mind is filled with visions of old ladies clad in quilts attacking kobolds with knitting needles. Old people are weird. I'm weird. Also, I am now old people. Paul?
Dad jokes. This bouncy castle is twice the price of last year. It's inflation for you.
All right. Well, then
Of course.
I gotta
ahead.
go. What's better than roses on a piano? Anybody?
No, go.
Who's this on a piano?
Roses on a piano. Like tulips on an organ.
Oh my God. Jesus.
Is there another one before we move on?
Yeah, I got more.
He's got a whole scroll.
All right. Bluebirds have blue babies. Red birds have red babies. Yellow birds have yellow babies. What bird has no babies?
I don't want to say it on mic.
Sure you do.
No, I can't.
Sure you can, Jack. Come on. Take a guess. You know.
Brown baby?
A swallow.
A swallow.
Wow, Jack, you took that to a completely
I
different place.
said it! Oh, whatever. I don't
But
care.
I mean, I guess brown babies don't have other babies. You're technically right because they're
Correct.
fucking babies and can't make babies. So
Okay, cool. Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
So, guys, are you ready for trivia time with Jack?
All right. So what also has me geeked this week was an amazing Wrestlemania. I was really excited about it this week.
I know what
So
you're doing now. Okay.
Uh-oh.
I don't know.
Good.
Yeah. So as Stone Cold said, you are some crazy lads out there crashing his ATV into the banister. Let's do some trivia questions. Paul, let's start with you. Pick a number between 1 and 4.
3.
In the main event in WrestleMania 2000, what were in every corner in the Fatal 4-Way match?
I know this. I'm just typing.
This is the easiest one, so yeah.
Yes. A McMahon.
A McMahon in every corner. Yes.
All right.
Hugh, 1, 2, or 4?
2.
Oh dear. You might need to consult Corbs with help. In WrestleMania 11, what NFL player did Bam Bam Bigelow fight?
Oh, I know.
He is a Hall of Famer, arguably the best defensive player of all time.
Was it? Can I answer it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Was it the refrigerator Perry? No,
Do you-
wasn't he
oh.
in one of those?
I don't know.
Oh, I thought he was.
I
Do you
know. I
want
know.
a hint? Do you want a hint?
No, I don't want a hint. I don't know. If you give me a hint, I still don't know.
All right.
I didn't know.
I know who it is.
I
Go
do
ahead,
too.
Corbs.
LT.
Lawrence Taylor,
Lawrence
of course. All right, Corbs.
14.
No, you already get number 1 because I need you guys to work together on this last one together.
All right.
So, after Victoria defeated Molly Holly in WrestleMania 20, what did she do to her opponent?
Kissed her.
No.
Damn it.
Think Molly Holly. What did she look like for a little bit?
Oh,
after-
she
I
shaved
already
her
know.
head.
Yeah.
She shaved her
Shaved
head.
her head.
Exactly.
That's what it was. Hair match.
All right, Corbs, as your name is Coach Corbs, let's work together. What is the official record of The Undertaker at WrestleMania?
Ooh.
That is the one. You guys all work together and see what happens.
Isn't it 21-2?
That's what I was thinking. I think it was. Is it 21-2 or 22-2?
It's
Paul?
21.
It's 21-1.
21-2, not 1. He lost twice. He lost 2 years in a row, the last 2.
Are you sure?
He lost
I'm
to
pretty-
he lost to
I'm pretty sure.
Brock,
Yeah.
Yes.
and then
Was it Roman?
Wasn't his last opponent Triple H?
did he
No.
fight Michaels and Triple H after Brock?
I thought it was 21
No,
and
no,
1,
no, no, no,
but
no.
I will
He
defer.
fought Michaels and Triple H before Brock because they were the ones trying to break the streak.
Oh, you know what? This says, I just looked it up. Says
Wait,
that
you're
it's
doing trivia.
25
You're
and
not-
2. Yeah, but we're all talking about it. We're all, we're looking, and we clearly don't know.
Okay.
I said
25?
21-1. That was our official answer. So he was after he looked it up. It's 25-2.
25-2. Yes.
That's what the
Jesus
internet's saying.
Christ.
He was in 27 WrestleManias.
He won 21 straight.
Correct. And then Brock Lesnar beat him.
Right.
And then, yes, he finished his WrestleMania record 25-2.
Holy
Wait,
shit.
this is saying his final WrestleMania match was 36, losing to Jey Uso.
I thought his last one was against AJ Styles in that graveyard one. But I don't
No, he won that one.
He
Yep.
did. Yeah, but his official WrestleMania record was 25-2.
Huh.
Oh, interesting. Okay. All
That's
right.
got to be. I don't remember him wrestling Jey Uso.
Yeah,
I don't
neither
either.
do I.
Interesting. But those were good. Keep going, Jack.
Okay, so let's do what happened in history on April 23rd. Corbs, this one's for you, buddy. 1939, Boston Red Sox player Ted Williams hits his first home run.
Nice.
1969, Sirhan Sirhan was sentenced to death for killing Senator Robert F. Kennedy, later changed to a life imprisonment.
Yep.
In 2018, Marvel movie The Avengers Infinity War, directed by Anthony and Joe Russo, starring actors like Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, was released in Los Angeles. And then April 23rd, let's throw in three famous birthdays. Professional wrestler and new World Wrestling Entertainment champion John Cena is 48 years old. Comedian George Lopez is 64. And Prince Louis of Cambridge, of England, is 7 years old. Back to you,
Fuck
Paul.
these kids.
So
Oh.
so to clear this up,
Oh.
I looked it up. The last one he lost was Roman, but that one website said Jey Uso, so clearly they can't tell, people
Them
tell
apart.
What website? I got these off WWE.com. Which one said he fought Jey Uso? I'm kind of curious.
It was Wikipedia.
Okay.
Wait, no, I'm sorry. It was an AI overview. That's probably why it was fucked up.
Okay.
That'll do it.
No, all good.
Um,
Go ahead, Paul.
Go ahead with what? That was it. That's the fucking show.
Is it? Well,
All right. Well, then, do you want to talk about it?
Mania?
Yeah,
do we
might
want
as
to
well.
do we want to do a wrestle report since we're out so
Sure.
early?
If you want, yeah, why not?
All right. Then
No,
cue
you're
my
looking at-
music.
You my music, bitches.
All right. So yes, WrestleMania was this past weekend. And I'm gonna put it right out there and say it wasn't their best offering. I enjoyed myself, but it was not definitely top five WrestleManias for me.
And it broke
Oh.
records for the most viewed WrestleMania.
I'm sure, and in attendance records.
Yeah.
The
So
triple threat match with Rhea Ripley, Io, and Bianca was good, but the main event with Cody and John Cena was subpar, to be honest.
See, and I completely disagree with that. Night two was better than night one.
I
for
agree with
sure,
that.
because there was not a match on night two that wasn't awesome and that you didn't want to see. There were some on night one you just didn't care about. But as far as Cena and Cody goes, that's the only way that match could happen to begin with. Okay, we know John can't keep up with Cody speed wise, even though Cody's not like a super speeder. He's lost a step. He's still really good, but I feel like it was almost like everyone wanted it to be this big battle, and he slowed it down and made it. He did what he said he's going to do. He ruined the match. You ruined the pacing. It was everything you didn't expect a WrestleMania main event to be. And I think that was intentional. And if we're going to go by him doing what he's saying he's going to do, it was spot on. And I don't care. I mean,
Yeah.
Okay.
no.
I enjoyed the match, but I had two big problems with it.
Two.
Two. The whole kicking the balls, hit him in the face finish was so anticlimactic. And you could see it coming a mile away. That's how it was gonna go. And my biggest glaring problem with it is Travis fucking Scott. His music hits, and we wait what feels like 8 fucking minutes for him to like nonchalantly walk to the ring.
Oh, so like normal.
Yes, and it seems like everything fucking stopped in the ring while we just waited for this asshole to just fucking like shuffle his way down to the fucking ring, climb up slowly and stand there and jaw at Cody, who should have fucking delivered his receipt right there and fucking popped his eardrum. But, Cody's got more class than that apparently. Um and I mean it was unnecessary, and I mean, The Rock was, I think, trapped in Hawaii or something at that point, something about mechanical failure with a plane. But now they're doubling down on the fact that he was never supposed to be there in the first place, from what I've read.
and I kind of feel like he didn't need to be.
He didn't need to be, but I think everyone was expecting the other shoe to drop there with that. Especially after the year before, where they threw everything into the mix for the finish. I think that's what people were expecting. And like you said, I mean, it's a way to swerve, which was perfectly fine. My favorite part of that match was John's new entrance.
Oh, the blackout
cool.
entrance.
The Utica Club fucking version of John's Titantron. I loved that. I thought that's the greatest fucking thing ever. The only thing that could make it better is if he came out with no music.
Yeah.
If it was just dead silent, just plain black and white, fucking John Cena walk down. I
Now,
love that shit.
did you catch him on the Pat McAfee show?
No.
Because I immersed myself in too much of this week. I watched everything, including the Pat McAfee show, and he's straight up is he's committed to this almost to the point where I kind of wonder if he doesn't actually believe it. Okay, because he even went off on the fans, because somebody pointed out that his bald spot's gone. He's like, you guys actually picked on me and bullied me to the point where I got cosmetic hair replacement surgery. This is a toxic relationship. It was great, and then Paul Heyman came on as well, and
Apparently, yeah,
apparently,
went fucking nutty. Yeah.
well, no, he was just the crowd was ripping into him, so he ripped back. He was probably still rolling on the whole roast of Wrestlemania, adrenaline from the night before, which I guess we're never going to see.
That's what I heard.
But man, what they're doing right now is really, really interesting because I feel like we're back in a place where I have no idea what's going to happen. I can't
Yep.
even make a guess or a projection or anything because I literally have no clue. And that's kind of the point, isn't it?
Yeah, it should be. Yeah, agreed.
It was really cool though too to see like Randy Orton. I think I texted you, Paul. Like his trunks kind of looked like his old trunks when he came out first.
Throwback, yes.
Yeah, it was a nice little throwback. But Joe Hendry, it was nice seeing him. But it was like, oh, I want to see Nick Aldis here. I want to see Aleister Black. But why did they do that? Did we know the reason why they did that, or what's the reasoning for it?
Because I
Probably
think management's all high on him. Like
Well,
as soon as his
that
TNA
and
contract is
yeah.
up, he's coming to WWE.
Well, yeah, and then TNA is now like the minor leagues.
A farm team now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're going to try to intertwine all that shit when they can. When
And
I didn't watch Sundays because I don't have Peacock.
yeah.
So I kind of was why I kind of would look and see who won and stuff like that. So to see that he wrestled Orton, I was like, that's just fucking wrong,
Yeah.
wrong.
But
And Randy beat him
he's
in like 3 minutes.
extremely
I mean,
over with wrestling fans. Hendry is like he got a huge pop, and I was just
Oh,
like,
yeah.
okay. Like my only experience with Joe Hendry is when he's shown up on NXT and his two stints in WWE PLEs now. But I mean, even I am aware of the whole thing with him.
Do you believe in Joe Hendry?
I do not.
I'm guessing you probably will.
At some point, probably when he's an E guy. Yes.
He's got Danhausen energy as far as the crowd response goes.
He's way over. Yes.
Yeah, and nobody really, if you're not watching the main product, you don't know who he is, but we've all heard of him because 3/4 of the wrestling world is in love with this weirdo for some reason.
Yes.
But it was really cool though. I really enjoyed that Bianca Belair, Io Sky, and Shayna Baszler. I almost said
Shayna
Shayna
Baszler. Yeah.
Baszler. But no, and
Slot in a name who's never been in a wrestling event.
she would have been better off fighting Orton.
no, but yeah, exactly. No, but the Io Sky fight with Bianca and Rhea Ripley though, Io though now cemented herself as the top one of the top females for sure. That was a very good fight. I really enjoyed that
That
one.
was a great match.
Yeah.
Rhea's got a nice
You,
shine.
you don't like the finish, do you, Paul?
I didn't mind it. I was
mean,
okay with it.
It's kind of the only way it could happen
hmm
because she's not going to outpower either of those individuals.
Yep.
But it also would have been really shitty for her not to have been a transitional champion.
Yes. Speaking of, let's talk about Jey Uso.
Uso.
Yes, the man is super over. But in light of what happened at WrestleMania and what's now happened at Raw, I stand by what I told you guys Saturday night. And main event Jey is going to be a transitional Jey. He is going to enter into a program. This is my prediction. I know nothing because that goes without saying.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
He is going to enter in a program with everybody's new favorite heel, Seth Rollins. He is going to lose his title to Seth Rollins, who will then resume his feud with CM Punk, and we will put the title on Punk.
And who do you think Gunther's going to feud with?
Pat McAfee.
I think
Well, there's that.
they just freed him up so he could face Goldberg.
That's not a bad thing. Take the title off of him so he can have that one last match.
Yeah.
And that is a callback. I like that because, I mean, that's still waiting in the wings. That's
So
a dangling thread still.
do you think you get Breaker Roman
I would love to see that, but I don't.
and a
I
spear?
don't.
It's
He
not in the
hasn't
story.
earned that yet.
Yeah. And it's not in
Um,
the story yet.
No, that was purely just to debut this new stable. That's the Heyman guys is what I'm calling it.
Exciting is that, though?
I love it.
That is cool.
I love that.
It was awesome when it happened.
I'm also curious to see now that, Becky came back and then immediately heel turned. Well,
Mhm.
not immediately, 24 hours later. Right?
Oh, she's
Yeah,
gonna take the title from Myra.
I feel
The
like the women's
Intercontinental.
IC title is beneath her unless they want to basically make her the first one to be like a Grand Slam champion. But I feel like
Either that or she goes after Io.
that's what I'm wondering. But
I question the heel turn altogether. I don't get it.
there's nothing for it. Like why? We have no justification unless, and this is where my thought process goes, do they finally let her and Seth pair up on screen? Does she become the
The
next
the female
Heyman
part of
guy?
that stable. Yeah.
That
Well,
would
she's
work.
the man, so she can still be a Heyman guy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good too.
No, but going back to what you said though with the Jey Uso thing though, when Sami Zayn came out when the camera went out, I'm like, is Sami gonna turn on Jey?
That's what I was waiting for. And
I
the
was waiting for
weird
that
glance
too.
he gave him when he was kind of standing behind him, hovering while
Right, when
Jay
Jay was
was
up when
up
Jay
on
was
the
on the rope.
ropes.
Yes, that's
I
what
said,
we
I'm
thought
like,
would
here it
happen.
comes.
I texted Paul. I said, Sami's gonna turn on him right here.
I thought so. And then even when Jimmy came out, I was like, oh, here comes the heel turn.
Right.
I
And
thought
no, they
I
didn't
thought
do
they
it.
were both gonna turn on him,
Yeah.
and then the two of them team up, and I was like, I kept waiting for it and waiting for it. I kept waiting for him to walk down because I know somebody said Roman was supposed to be there. And obviously, he was there. But I thought Roman was gonna come out and say something to him or challenge him for the title or whatever. So I thought that was gonna happen. That didn't happen either. I was like, well, that's definitely not what I expected.
I think we have to put some of the traditional wrestling thoughts aside for this era because yeah, in the old days, Sammy would have turned on him, but they're not writing wrestling like they used to.
Right.
It's a lot more complex. I think that before they did something like that, they would look at all of the goodwill Sammy built up as Sammy Uso.
Mhm.
And that's almost something you don't want to throw away. I mean, just if I was to sit down and spitball ideas, I've got more, I think, better ideas of him not turning heel than if he does, just for a shock, just because that's what always happens. I could be wrong, but I don't think it serves the story at this point.
I did hear a rumor though, Jay wants to finish his contract and retire. He says he is getting tired. If he's only 40 years old, he can get another contract. But also I heard a rumor for next WrestleMania, for WrestleMania 42, they're gearing towards Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins to be one of the night's main events. That could be a main event. Because Roman Reigns only has 2 years left on his contract, and he'll probably get one of those as the main event for next WrestleMania.
Oh, I guarantee he's in the both main events
Yeah.
still on his contract.
But yeah,
But I can see them wrapping up the whole Shield storyline before Roman's done. And I mean, have you guys heard rumblings about Moxley?
his contract doesn't end until 2027 at AEW though. What about him?
Well, there was someone's doing it. I'm sure it's a bullshit rumor saying that he may come back to finish the Shield storyline too. And I would love to see it, but why? He is
Yeah.
like the AEW guy
Yeah.
at this point.
No.
So I don't know. I was
Yeah,
surprised. Was it Saturday night or was it Monday night
Saturday when they
when
mentioned
Seth was
Moxley.
talking and he name checked Mox and I was like,
No, was it?
holy shit.
It was during
The match.
a match. It wasn't. It was Michael Cole or somebody said it.
I thought Rollins
Seth
Rollins
said
said-
Mox.
Yeah, he did.
Seth said Mox.
Okay. Oh, no, that's right. That's right. He did in the match. He said it. He was talking to Roman about it. He
Yeah,
said he didn't say Dean Ambrose. He didn't say Ambrose. He actually said his name, which is
yeah.
the name he uses over in AEW.
I think it's his real name. Yeah.
It is his real name.
That
Moxley is his real
threw
name.
me. Like I was shocked by that.
Yeah, we were all kind of. I think we all kind of looked at each other like, "Did he just say that? You can't say that."
Seth Rollins
But you
doesn't
can.
Right.
Clearly.
Right. And they do, and I, I watched some of they mentioned guys from both
Back and forth. Yep.
promotions. They mention guys from each promotion. I've heard it on AEW when I've turned it there, flipping through the channels or whatever, and stopped there for half a second or whatever. And sometimes they catch something talking about somebody that was there that's now over. I'm like, okay, apparently we're just crossing boundaries now.
Well, AEW does that like every, 14 and a half minutes. They mention somebody that's in WWE.
From the E. Yeah.
But I mean, I think it's a good thing to not pretend
Yeah.
that
Kayfabe
there
is
are
dead.
other companies. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, especially with that new show coming, kayfabe is
Yes.
definitely dead.
On Netflix. What is it? WWE Unreal?
Yes.
I can't wait for that.
Yeah, where
Because
they're
I love the backstage shit. Like I can't wait to pull the curtain all the way back and see like the way the creative is and all that. That's gonna be super fun for me. But that's gonna be another one, kind of like the Last of Us, that I have to wait until everyone goes to bed to watch.
Somebody mentioned that they think that pulling the curtain back like this could potentially make WWE eligible for Emmys.
Ooh, really?
I mean, technically, I think that if you look at the qualifications for it, I think it definitely checks all the boxes, but we kind of pretend that it's still sports.
Right.
So
I know we're talking wrestling, but you said Last of Us. I'm not going to talk about it.
No,
but
we're not going to talk about it.
this
until
last
next week for
episode was
streaming.
legendary.
did you not see it yet, Paul?
Oh yeah, I watched it. I watched it last night. Actually, it was the first chance I got.
Legendary. It was so amazing. Heavy. Really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. Oh,
Are
wow.
we talking about that?
The
Because
Last
we
of
don't
Us.
have the streaming segment this week.
No.
I mean, we don't have a wrestling segment this week either.
Theme music says we do.
Well, I just figured if we're going to talk wrestling, if we're going to talk wrestling in 2 weeks, I mean, it'll be 2 weeks out. So
Yeah, no, it works, and we had
Yeah.
time because obviously we had to delete a segment tonight.
right.
It's like this, though.
Wow. I mean, you just cut off his legs from underneath him.
Man, you beat me. I was
Oh.
gonna say we cut off the last leg of the show.
Wow.
Last leg
Wow.
standing.
Dude,
Wow.
if he ever watches the show, he'll appreciate it. He'll laugh about it. Trust me.
I hope so. That's
Trust me. This is the guy that when he had his first leg amputated, when he walked in the room, he's like, "We need to get shirts that says I'm with Stumpy." To his wife,
outstanding.
she had a shirt that I'm with Stumpy, and he had the shirt that said Stumpy on it. So,
I mean,
and then she called him Lieutenant Dan, and he laughed. So now I can call him
that's
Lieutenant
good.
Dan, and it'll be official.
I really think you should write to Gary Sinise and say, "Hey, I'm really Lieutenant Dan," and see what Gary Sinise writes back to him.
probably nothing.
I'm sure he does a lot of good work. You never know.
And you laughed. I was thinking about the story about the guy, the NHL player. You can write to that guy. I found an email address to write to him, so I'm thinking about sending that guy an email and having him reach out to my brother.
Nice.
So
When I had my knee surgery 15 years ago, my dad wrote 15 letters to Andy Reid. I'm sure his secretary wrote it, but I have it in my bar. Andy Reid sent me a letter about having knee surgery. He's like, "We need to get you better so you can watch our team win a Super Bowl and all that stuff." And it made me want to work so much harder. So something like that for Danny would be perfect.
Nice. Don't know how that all played into wrestling, but okay.
I don't know.
yeah, going.
Oh, I guess you'll have to come up with theme music for that shit now, Paul.
I can. I mean, I have theme music for everything. So,
When you take a
Oh.
shit, do you have theme music?
oh, absolutely. I have
Okay.
people in the bathroom with a boombox. Just
Let the bodies.
What are you,
Let the
fucking John Cusack in the bathroom?
exactly. Yes.
Say
That's Jeff.
anything?
Oh my god. Say anything. It's Jeff Goldblum in the bathroom.
Do we want to hit on anything else from WrestleMania before we wrap this up?
No.
Yeah, just figured we should talk about it. It's
Oh,
Oh, absolutely.
do we know? Did Stratton bust her teeth or
Yes.
not?
Yes.
He had a chip too.
Okay.
yeah, there was a picture on I think I sent it to you, Paul.
You did. Yeah.
from Twitter. It showed that she had a chipped tooth.
Okay, and do we know when that happened in the match?
No.
I don't. All I know is she got pretty damn fucked up in that match. That big fucking goose egg on her forehead and everything when she came out.
I can't imagine what Charlotte could have done to her that would have broken her teeth.
Kicked her in the face.
Hmm.
Maybe.
Something to that effect.
Looking at her bad plastic surgery, just busted that damn tooth.
Now she's snaggletooth.
I'm sure that's completely fixed at this point.
Not for Charlotte.
No, that's
For
there's nothing
what's his
more we
nuts
can do
there? Ludwig Kaiser, I hope it is.
Right.
Yeah.
What a lucky man.
Wow.
All right.
All right. Hey, I got one more joke for you.
All right.
What's an Australian kiss?
So that Spider-Man shit where they do it upside down.
It's a French kiss, just down under.
Nice job, Corbs.
All right. Well, then I think that about wraps things up, doesn't it?
I kind of hope so. Are you going to enlighten us, or are we just going to kind of just fade away into the distance?
Both, because that's kind of how I edited it in.
You edited us fading away?
Yeah, you should probably
Yeah.
watch the show sometime.
Nah, fuck that.
We're bound by ideals that teach us what it means to be citizens. Every child must be taught these ideals. Every citizen must uphold them. I ask you to be citizens. Citizens, not spectators. Citizens, not subjects. Responsible citizens, building communities of service and a nation of character. The current administration wants to suppress this. We as a people cannot allow this. It's time for a revolution. And the revolution will be streaming.